Hello friends, this is AlfredK coming to you live with AlfredK perspective. I just want to greet all of you out there, my followers, my fans, wherever you're watching from on Facebook or you are watching this on my YouTube channel, AlfredK Perspective. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also push the notification bell. That way whenever I put up a new video, you'll be able to see my next video or my new video. Well, today is a great day in America. Today is June 6th of 2020. Today we're going to talk about the long-awaited Trump rally that took place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, one of their major cities. And it was a well and successful rally. So we're going to talk about that briefly, and we're going to watch together clips of the rally right here on the AlfredK Perspective. So thanks for joining, thanks for watching. Sit back. If you're not a Trump supporter, if you're a hater, or if you're a Trump supporter, listen for yourself and hear what the man has to say. You know, everything starts with listening. If you don't listen to what somebody is saying, you will not be able to understand and get their perspective. Just as you are listening to me right now on the AlfredK Perspective. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. So the long-awaited Trump rally has ended today in Tulsa, Oklahoma. First of all, this rally is his first rally after the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, we all was in a huge lockdown. The minimum number of people to gather in a facility was reduced greatly. Everybody was fearing for their life. It wasn't easy, we understand. But the president is a resilient person. He's doing all the right things. He's taking all the right intervention. So at this point, he believed that it's time to start his campaign because many businesses are reopening, states are reopening, people are getting back to work. So he sees it as a good time to kick off his 2020 re-election campaign. But first, also, I want to discuss about the bias of the media and the political elite. They've been pushing for Trump to postpone his rally because they were pushing out fear. They keep pushing out fear about the COVID-19. But one thing we realize and one thing we notice is that during the late George Floyd death, there was a huge rally and protest all over almost all over the United States. There were a lot of large gatherings. They have people looting, breaking places. People gathered. They didn't even have any concern about COVID-19 or the spread of the pandemic. But as soon as President Trump said he's going to hold his rally, all hell break loose. You know, the media has to stop this double side. We call it two-face. Today they will show one face, tomorrow they show another face. You cannot operate like that. You cannot be biased. They're trying to use the COVID-19 for a political gain, pushing scare tactics. Trump supporters say, we're not going to have that. We're going to have the rally. We're going to go to the rally. We're going to protect ourselves, but we're going to go to the rally. We got to keep this Trump train moving. That's what the Trump people say. So right now, we're going to play segments of his speech at the rally. It was powerful. We all know Trump knows how to put his story together, whether they are writing the story for him, but most of the time, the things that he said is something that comes from his heart, and it's something that he planned to say. So stay tuned. Let's get through this video. It's a very long video, but we're not going to watch everything. We're just going to go bit by bit and maybe just 10 or 15 minutes of the rally, and then we'll wrap it up until next time. I'm happy that you are here. Don't forget to subscribe to AlfredK Perspective on YouTube. Now let's go.
It's never happened before, and our approval rating at the VA is now 91%. That's how good it is. Never been anywhere near that number. Never been anywhere near that number. And VA accountability. We had a lot of bad people in the VA, people that didn't love our vets, people that were sadistic, people that stole, a lot of bad people. You couldn't get rid of them because they were, let's say it could be unions, it could be civil service, right? Let's just say. And so you couldn't get it done. That was another one. For decades and decades, they wanted to get it changed. And I got it done with those people and your congressman, who I'm going to introduce. VA accountability, and now somebody treats our veterans badly, and we look at them, and what do we say?
So at this point, the president is talking about what he has done for the vets, the military, the ex-military people that fight hard for this country, those that have been going to war. Some have post-traumatic disorder, and they need treatment. So as soon as the president came to power, he made that his priority to make sure the veterans are taken care of. He's always talking about the veterans. So he's just relaying his message that he has been taking care of the vet. He's doing his job. He's playing his part to make sure the vets are taken care of, because he's against the vets being abandoned, because they are very important. They are the ones that make sure we enjoy this freedom, because they secure the peace around the nation, around the world, so that the fight will not come to our homeland. We're gonna move forward.
And we say, you're fired, get out, right? Get out. They got rid of a lot of bad people that were there for a long time, sort of like me in Washington, draining the swamp. I never knew it was so deep, but it's happening. It's happening. I never knew it was so deep. It's deep and thick and a lot of bad characters. Thank you.
Guys, President Donald Trump is a very funny person. Only if you have hate for him, that's the only way that you cannot enjoy he's very comedic. He's a very funny person. So I believe throughout his whole presidency, he has made a lot of people laugh. He has made a lot of people cry. But you got to be on the side that you can laugh, because he has a very good sense of humor. I give it to him. He knows how to make people laugh, and his fans love it.
We're lowering the price of prescription drugs, making our allies pay their fair share. They get a big bargain on drug prices, and enacting fair trade. Right? But Americans have watched left-wing radicals burn down buildings, loot businesses, destroy private property, injure hundreds of dedicated police officers. These police officers, they get injured. They don't complain. They're incredible. And injure thousands upon thousands of people, only to hear the radical fake news say what a beautiful rally it was.
So at this point, the president is mentioning about the protest and about the late man, George Floyd. May his soul rest in peace. So during the protest, a lot of chaos was in the street. They were burning businesses. They literally killed some folks. Some people died in this protest. You know, how could you be protesting the life of somebody and then you end up killing another man? I saw a lot of black people died. A senior police officer was killed, and he's black. You know, the Constitution gave every American the right to protest, but it did not give the right to do unlawful protest or lawlessness to destroy lives and property. The Constitution does not support that. And President Trump is somebody that since he came to office, he believes in law and order, because where there is peace and law and order, business can flourish, people will go about freely, enjoy their families, travel. You do the fun things that you like to do. Those that like to go to club, they will go to club. Those of us that like to go to church, we will have our freedom to go to church and gather and fellowship and pray to our God. So he's against lawlessness. He's not against the protest. Those that were protesting to send the right message for change against police brutality or the death of black men in the streets of America. So we'll continue.
And they never talk about COVID. They don't talk about when you see 25,000 people walking down Fifth Avenue or walking down a street of a Democrat-run city. You never hear them saying, they're not wearing their mask. You don't hear them saying, as they're breaking windows and running in. And then when I say the looters, the anarchists, the agitators, they say, what a terrible thing for a president to say. What a terrible thing.
You hear that? This is one of the reasons why a lot of us support and voted for President Trump, because he doesn't sugarcoat whatever he is saying. That's why evangelicals, the boldness that President Trump speaks with, even some pastors, so-called pastors, don't have that type of boldness to call things as it is. Let me say, for example, if our leaders, whether it be political leader, religious leaders, if they had the boldness that President Trump had in their office or position, wherever they are, this country will not be the way how it is, because they are afraid to name the things, to call the things as they are. If they are criminals, they are criminals. If they are radical terrorists, they are radical terrorists. You have to name whatever the problem is. If you don't name the problem, you will not be able to solve the problem. He is not that person that sugarcoats whatever he has to say. So that's President Trump. And I hope people will have the guts to speak up for what is right and don't cave into the political correctness. President Trump is the one that brings political correctness to its knees. Political correctness is almost dying in America because of President Trump, because he brings back boldness. Even to wear the mega hat, it takes guts to wear the mega hat. That's a statement. You know, people got assaulted just for wearing a mega hat. That's like somebody trying to shut up you for your freedom of speech. So the president has break that barrier. You know, I hope he continues to do that, and most of us will follow his example to be bold and call the things as they are.
But you don't hear them talking about COVID. COVID. To be specific, COVID-19. That name gets further and further away from China, as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus.
So you hear it for yourself. He's just proving it again. A lot of people in the mainstream media and on the left, they refuse to call it the Chinese virus because they say you're going to offend people when you call it the Chinese virus. President Trump said, nope, it came from China. It's a Chinese virus. You either take it or you leave it. Let's go.
And despite the fact that I have done a phenomenal job with it, I shut down the United States to very heavily infected, but all people from China in late January, which is months earlier than other people would have done it if they would have done it at a he may do. And you call 911 and they say, I'm sorry, this number is no longer New Jersey. Right? We know? Now listen, he said to me something that's amazing. New Jersey was very heavily hit, very hard hit. Thousands of people. He said with thousands of people, the woman whose husband is away as a traveling salesman or whatever he may do. And you call 911 and they say, I'm sorry, this number is no longer working. By the way, you have many cases like that, many, whether it's a young woman, an old woman, a young man, or an old man, and you're sleeping. So what are you going to do, right? So they wanted to fund, they really do, this is a serious movement. And in Minneapolis, the council's already passed it. In Seattle, you see what's going on there, it's even worse, okay? These people are stone cold crazy. They're crazy. So if you want to save your heritage, you want to save that beautiful heritage of ours. We have a great heritage. We're a great country. You are so lucky I'm president. That's all I can tell you.
So here the president is basically referring to the left, their new movement or their new agenda to defund the police. And you know what defund means? When you defund the police department, that means they will not be able to work for the city anymore. Because how could you go to work? You've been defunded. So the goal behind it is to disable the police so that there will be total lawlessness in the street. Now, I'm from Africa. Even in Africa, we are not calling for disbandment or defunding the police. Every country needs law and order. Every country needs law and order. Because there are bad folks out there, man. There are bad people. Even when there is a police, we see all the crimes. Just imagine that there are no police to control the peace. It will be chaos. Even when there is police, it's hard to do. Now, think about that. So, the president is saying, imagine a situation where somebody get attacked, maybe a family member, in a community where the police has been disbanded or defunded, and then that individual cannot get no help because there is no 911 or police or 411 number to call because the police they've leave the job, you know, just because of crazy people want to disband the police because they think all police are bad or all police are evil. You know, we need to stop painting a broad brush on everybody. Never paint a broad brush on a whole group of people. It is wrong, it is wrong. Let's go.
With the fake news watcher. If I fall, I remember when President Ford fell out of the plane, you remember? I remember when another president, nice man, threw up in Japan. So think of how you feel, you me. I go there, how did I do? Sir, that was a great speech. You know all my people, sir, that was one of your best, that was great. I said, that's great, I agree, it was a good speech. I like that speech. They don't mention the speech. But they have me going down this ramp at 1 inch at 10. It's so unfair. It really is. So.
What the president is touching on right now is about the mainstream media. They are always twisting what the president is saying. So now, because of what the mainstream media is doing. That's why people like us started our own platform, and we've seen a lot of people that have been born out of this Trump era, because people are so fed up with the media twisting the news. They will see one story and they flip the story to fit their narrative. That's why they got the name fake news, because they are always twisting an event or a word that the president say, so that their followers will continue to see Trump as this evil guy or as this maniac that doesn't know what he's doing. Do not be deceived, guys.
Unfair. They are among the most dishonest people anywhere on earth. They're bad people. Bad people.
Listen.
Okay, that's enough of that. I wanted to tell that story. Does everybody understand that story? The left-wing anarchists tore down a statue of Thomas Jefferson. Now we're getting into the real stuff. They decapitated a statue of Christopher Columbus, except in New York when the Italians surrounded it. They didn't have too much of a chance. Those Italians, I love the Italians. They heard they were going to rip down their beautiful Christopher Columbus, and all of a sudden they circled that thing. They didn't do too well in hurting Christopher, did they? Thank you to our Italian population. We're very proud of you. 2 days ago, leftist radicals in Portland, Oregon, ripped down a statue of Jew.
Guys, the election of President Trump as president of the United States has exposed the left that most of them are violent. They believe in violence, you know. So before, they used to point finger at conservatives and also right-wingers. Example, the Tea Party movement. They used to point finger at them that they are violent, that they are violent people. But since Trump came to power, we have seen the true color of the liberals. Not all of them. Most of them stay home. But again, a huge number of their foot soldiers will be out in the streets causing destruction, burning cars, burning buildings, removing statues, defacing statues, spray painting statues, hurting individuals, speeding on people. Gosh, it's unbelievable, guys. It's unbelievable. But every seed that somebody sow, one day they will reap such a seed. They will reap the fruit. They will definitely reap the fruit of their seed that they are sowing. Another thing that they are doing, like the president is saying, they want to remove every statue. Most of the statue that they are trying to take off or remove, these are statues of people that laid the foundation to this nation. So why they want to destroy the history? That means they are not happy with the foundation of the country. The foundation of America stands on freedom, liberty. Freedom and liberty for you to be able to achieve, to live your life without anybody dictating to you. So these people that fought hard to lay down this powerful foundation for this nation, which is one of the reasons why this nation is still standing. Every other nation in the earth is crumbling, but America is still standing. So they don't like that. You know, I'm from a different country. I know how I left my country when I came here. Up to now, we are struggling over there for the country to move forward or to provide a better living condition for our people. But you have these young folks over here, they don't know the reality of what's outside the border of America. They want to destroy what the founding fathers lay. Let's move forward.
George Washington. And wrapped it in an American flag and set the American flag on fire. Democrat. All Democrat. Everything I tell you is Democrat. And you know, we ought to do something, Mr. Senators. We have two great senators.
You know, when I came to this country in 2002, I never see people burn the flag of America within this country. We used to see it on TV. Whenever America will attack another foreign country, especially in the Middle East, we will see the Middle Eastern guys burning the US flag. But for you to see the US flag is being burned within the United States is so strange, guys. It's very strange. And something got to be done fast. If you're going to burn this flag, me personally, I think you should go live somewhere else. If you burn the flag of your country, you need to relocate to another place that you love. How could you burn the flag of your country where you live or where you were born? Doesn't make sense, guys. You know?
It is. We ought to come up with legislation that if you burn the American flag,
yes,
you go to jail for 1 year. 1 year.
Guess what? Something like that, if they make any legislation regarding burning the US flag, Republicans will support it, but Democrats will not support it. They will not support such a bill or such a law that will be passed that, for example, if you burn the United States flag, you should go to prison for a year so you can sober up. The Democrats will not get a single vote from the Democrats. Why? That's just how they are. They want to see the country burn. Burning of the flag is, you want to see the country destroyed. And if you cannot fight to protect the flag, that means you are part of the problem.
Jim and James. Jim and James. We ought to do it. You know, or I always say this, or around that number, because I'm off by a little bit. They say, oh, he exaggerates. I look at numbers all day long. That's what I look at for years now, for my whole life when you think of it. 250 million cancellation fees, sir. He was very proud of them. Up with a knife because it was more painful, dead. Cut him up with a knife because it's more painful, takes longer than shooting a gun. They cut him up. I said, these are animals. And Nancy Pelosi said, these are human beings, they're not animals. If I lose an election over that, you know what? To win. They want him to win so badly. Iran wants him to win so badly. Let me tell you, I'm going to make a very fast deal. The best deal you've ever seen. I've already made one with China, but I can make even more. They want me to lose because they will own the United States if I lose. Iran, President Obama gave them $150 billion for nothing. And almost more incredibly, he gave them $1.8 billion in green cash, beautiful cash. And now there's only from that list 100%, probably 25.
At this point, what the president is referring to is the international community. Since President Trump came into power, he has been an obstacle for these people that were sucking from the United States. You know, foreign donations, foreign money. A lot of them were getting free money from the United States. But when President Trump came in, it was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be giving taxpayers money freely to any other country. Even the countries that hate us, we are giving them money. So President Trump is an obstacle for most of these countries. Even China, he's renegotiating the trade deal. He has negotiated the trade deal with Mexico including Canada, and there are other countries that he needs to negotiate the trade deals with, because the previous administrations, the type of deals they put in place for the United States, it wasn't benefiting the United States. Instead, it was benefiting those countries. So President Trump has been talking about this for over 30 years, even before he ran for office. So when he came to office, he made all those things his priorities. You know, so that's what a real leader would do. Fight for his people, fight for what he believes.
Incredible people, any one of which could be a great justice, any one of which. I've done more for the black community in 4 years than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. Racial justice begins with Joe Biden's retirement from public life. We are joined tonight by many outstanding Republican leaders. These are great people. We have two of our most distinguished, hardworking, wonderful friends, senators. They do a great job. Senator Jim Inhofe and James Lankford, please stand up. It's going fast. We have to have a lot of it done because people don't quite get it. We're doing record business.
Okay, guys, I think this is where we're going to wrap up the President Trump's rally. The rally speech is over, and it's about an hour and 26 minutes long. We will not have a lot of space to fit all in this video. So I hope you enjoy my analysis, you enjoy my perspective, what I brought to you or what I see the president spoke of. I believe the president is up to a good start for the 2020 election. The Republicans are energized. You have the Republicans and you have the Trump fans. You know, the Trump movement is a total different movement. Even some people in the Republicans have not fully embraced the President Trump's movement. A lot of them are scared and concerned that the Republican Party is not the old Republican Party they used to know, because now it's full of people that are on the Trump train, of people that are die-hard Trump fan. So they don't understand the movement, but of course President Trump is the leader of the Republican Party, so they just have to accept President Trump and his followers. They have no option. He is the one that has given the Republican Party a victory, because the Republican Party lose to Mitt Romney. Sorry, the Republican Party lose to President Obama when they selected Mitt Romney to run for president. That was in 2008. So President Obama defeated Mitt Romney and the Republicans lose the election. And also the late Senator McCain lose to Hillary Clinton. So Donald Trump is the one that pulled it off. So now he has the crown of the Republican Party. And that has a lot of power. So wherever he swings, that's where the Republican Party, the whole party will swing. Wherever it goes, that's where the party is supposed to go. You know, thanks for watching, and join me next time as I continue to bring you AlfredK perspective. I just want to say to some of my followers or my fans or some of my fellow Africans, I know a lot of you has joined some of the views of the American, of the Democratic people in the U.S. Let me tell you this: I used to be a Democrat. I voted for Barack Obama twice, but the direction at which he was going, with my own common sense, I realized it wasn't good for the United States. The reason why I'm telling you this, I'm not telling you to live wherever you are, but I'm telling you to begin to reason for yourself. If you are watching this, you are in Africa or somewhere, don't believe everything you listen on the news, especially CNN. Most of the medias, they twist, they don't tell you what's going on the ground, you know, because as for CNN, they are all over the world in various airports. They dominate the air, and they're telling a lot of lies to you guys, so you guys don't get the actual factors of what is going on here in the United States. So be careful and be mindful of those things. Do your own research. Anybody that is a president, do your own research about that person. Look at his past, look at his history before you support him. Before, I didn't know that, but now that's how I do my research before I vote for anybody. You know, thanks for watching, and God bless you. God bless you for watching. May God bless America. My prayer for America is that America will continue to stand to be this great and mighty country, that America will be undefeatable, even from enemies from within or from outside, that America will continue to stand, even when President Trump will finish his next 4 years, that America will have another leader that will love the country and love its people. Thank you for watching the AlfredK Perspective, brought to you by Independent Political Analyst Media. God bless you.